Very exciting day today. We are finally swapping those engines.
Boy, take a chance, will you let me ride? I could be the best thing in your life. Baby, let's take a drive, take a drive.
We are upgrading because we want more power, but because we wanted to sell the old one, let me show you all the work we had to do on them.
The starboard engine stopped working when we came here. At the moment we're trying to check if we think it's something to do with the CDI unit.
Luckily we have two engines, so an easy way to make sure is to swap the part in question and check. So first step, get those engines out of the boat. In our case, the engine wouldn't start because we didn't get a spark. That can come from loads of different reasons, from the start button to the spark plugs and the ignition coil, but we tested all of that and were left only with the potential faulty CDI unit. The CDI unit is responsible for storing an electrical charge and then discharging to produce a spark.
Ta-da!
Before ruling it out as faulty, we tried changing the connectors that showed signs of oxidation. Time to test the faulty engine with a non-faulty CDI unit.
This engine wasn't working, this one was working. So we've taken the CDI unit from this one plus the 10-pin harness cable and we've put it in that one. And now that one is working. Then with the remaining CDI units from the faulty engine, we cleaned all of the wires, all of the connections, and we put it back in the port engine. It's not working.
Instead of having this one not working and that one working, we swapped. Great.
Well, the good news is that we have identified the problem, which is with the CDI unit. Apparently that's something that breaks quite often, so there's not that many available, and you know, it's a piece of electronic, and with COVID and everything, these are really hard to find.
2 weeks later.
We have finally received the new unit. So that's really cool and I hope it's gonna work. So I'm gonna install it right now and we're gonna test it out and hopefully it works.
Oh, then gets empty again. Better fill it up before I go. Cause I'm loving it, feeling it, touch me and being it. See what I see in it, I'm typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with it, flow with it, let it all go. Oh Lord, think you know what I'm like, but you don't fall, you lose control. Bittersweet melody when I dance on your fly, cause I know what you don't. It's me you adore, cause it feels so deep under. They never seen you out of it. Welcome to a gut on this broken up. How sad. Oh boy, got so hot I forgot what I should have before. Sure ain't easy for you to let off the rules, cause there's so much fun. I can never let you know this one. You can make me see what you see. You see my body, you mix it up, put it in, hold it for me, then please let me go.
Okay, back to the new bad boys.
So we're going to the marina today because we want to change our engines, and they have arrived finally. It's going to be difficult enough to swap the engines when on the water, so I can't even imagine bringing them on a dinghy here. We're going to the marina and we're going right now. It's early in the morning because it's slack time. That's going to make it so much easier to park in the marina and everything. Luckily there's not much wind, but it's raining like crazy, so yeah, it's gonna be a bit annoying, but we'll do it. How are you liking this weather?
Perfect timing, right? It has not rained for a month and when we decide to go to the marina, raining. Damn it.
Slack time is the perfect time to go to the marina. It's that moment when the tide reaches its maximum or minimum, so there's no current to fight. So let's get those fenders out and let's go! New engine, that's quite exciting, right? Yeah, but there's so much work to do. We used to have Yamaha's 9.9 high thrust, and we're now going for Tohatsu 20 HPs. Since they're not the same brand as the previous, there's obviously a few adjustments that we need to make. The first annoying thing is the tilt. Engines are usually designed to go at the back of a boat, and you tilt them left or right to direct the boat. On a catamaran, it's not always the case. For us, the engines are locked in the central position and we tilt the boat with the tiller. If we don't lock them, as we have no way of controlling their direction, the slightless wave or current will move them randomly and then it would be very hard to control the direction of the boat. The control box are also different, so we need to swap them. We also need to swap the battery cable, which is not going to be easy because they run inside the boat. Finally, the fuel lines are also specific to the engine, or at least the connector, so that's something else that we're gonna need to change. We'll finish by checking the position of the bolt on the transom and connecting the control boxes to the tachometers.
New tool! I don't know how to use it, but we'll figure it out.
So that's the metal piece that used to be like this, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn it around and block it into these pins, but as you can see there's quite a gap here, so we just need to cut it so that there's not as much of a gap. The idea is that we currently have something shaped like this, and we want something more like this. So we're gonna have to remove all of that, and then we're gonna need to start grinding here little by little until we reach a shape that fits in between those two pins without moving.
Alright, let's see how far we go. What do you say about here as a first cut? Or do you want shorter?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, around that area? What do you think? Let's get to it.
Okay, after the first cut, this is what we end up with. And now we need to start grinding the sides so that it fits in between the pins. Success! Let's move on to the next part, which is all about removing the old engines. Next, let's remove those control boxes. Now we need to open them to remove the gear and shift cables. After that, it's time to disconnect the tachometers. Finally, we need to free up the cables that run from the engine to the control boxes. Your bees are still valid, babe. You don't need to hide.
Go for it.
Okay, time for the new engines to come on board.
So the next job is to install those control boxes, and now it's all plug and play, as they say. It's never gonna be that easy for sure, but yeah, let's do that.
Okay, but before doing that, we need to switch the handle on one of them so that they can be installed face to face. What's happening?
It's too low, so we cannot get the key out.
So we can't reuse those holes that we had previously. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. But look like somebody already played with it, so we're gonna have to drill another 2. There's already 5, so it's gonna be 7.
Before mounting the control boxes, we need to reinstall the shift and throttle cables. It's the same cables, we just changed the connectors which are specific to the engines. You can see the Yamaha on the left and the Tohatsu on the right. And voila! Okay, time to disconnect the batteries, which is a little bit scary because I don't like touching the batteries. All I know is that I need to disconnect the negative first and then the positive, so yeah, let's hope for the best. Now that everything is disconnected, we can swap the cables. So we need to pull them through because they're going inside the boat, and we decided to tie a line to it so that it's easier to pull the new ones in. From the engine, they go in the boat underneath the steps on each side of the boat, and then under the sofa in the saloon where the batteries are. Alright, time to pull the old one out. And the new one in. Now, time for lunch, and we need a break, so we're gonna get lunch in the city. If you have a drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a beer. Cheeky beer.
I was walking down the street and you were there staring at me, standing there as if we should meet, and I knew with you it'd be easy. I've touched your soul and then I knew you'd run away with me. I'm in your thoughts and all you want is to lay down with me. I will be the one, 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 I will be the one for you.
Yesterday we managed to plug the battery. We fitted through all of the cables so that they are ready to go back into the engine, but then after that the bad news was we couldn't actually fit them through the engine. We had to call the mechanic who sold us the engine. It gave us the bad news, which is you can't actually do it while they are in the water because you need to remove the entire side of the engine, which is not possible in the water. So that means that we have to take them out to plug everything and then take them back in, which on starboard side it's gonna work as easily as this. I mean, it's never easy, so fingers crossed it does. But on port side it's quite more complex because the throttle and the shift cables are not long enough. So that means that we need to reopen the entire control box to pull them a bit more, which is really annoying. And same for the battery cable. We need to unplug the battery
so that we can get a bit more length on the cable. We're gonna do it on starboard side and see how it's done and see if it's really that impossible to do on port side once it's in the water. Job for the day, let's take the starboard engine out, see if we can easily fit all of the cable through, and then do the same for the port engine, hopefully while it's in the water. Otherwise, a lot more work.
Come and join us next week to see the rest of the installation and the testing.